October's come and gone without a third North Korean attempt to launch a military spy satellite. Following the most recent of two failed launches in May and August, the North itself set the expectation that it would launch its Malikyong-1 reconnaissance satellite within October. So, what happened? The prevailing theory seems to be that North Korea's delayed the launch while Russia potentially transfers over related technology. Since the North's last launch, leader Kim Jong-un went to Russia for a summit with President Vladimir Putin. Their meeting fueled speculation about an arms deal and space technology cooperation. Putin even vowed to help Kim build satellites, and repeated claims by the US, supported by independent satellite imagery, do suggest that North Korea may have been holding up its side of the bargain by supplying Russia with weapons to use against Ukraine. When asked about this theory that October's launch was delayed to wait for Russian tech support, a spokesperson for South Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff said at a press briefing Tuesday that relevant authorities were assessing the possibility but declined to share details. Yet, even if the promise of Russian support altered North Korea's launch plan, it might not have been a smooth process. It would involve trust building too, to be able to open up North Korea sharing details of its previous launches and technology level, and Russia revealing its own secrets. Another factor may be that October was filled with distractions. Plenty of prying eyes keeping tabs on possible North Korean weapons heading to Russia. Claims around the North also supplying arms to Hamas for its conflict with Israel. And joint military exercises involving South Korea, the US and Japan. Not to mention the deployment on the Korean Peninsula of an American B-52H strategic bomber. How much these factors would have delayed North Korea's launch is speculation at this point, but note North Korea will likely go ahead with its satellite soon, if at all this year. Unfavourable winter weather's on the way, while the North may be motivated to beat South Korea, which has been preparing to launch its own first military surveillance satellite this month, as in November. There have also been reports citing intelligence officials from South Korea and the US suggesting that North Korea may have been conducting combustion tests ahead of its third spy satellite launch attempt. Officially, Seoul is cautious on a timeline. According to the South Korean Joint Chiefs of Staff spokesperson I mentioned earlier, the South is tracking launch-related activities and preparations in North Korea, but it is difficult to prejudge its timing. The US is also monitoring the situation. And it does seem to be a question of when, rather than if, North Korea will go ahead. The North publicly made this a major priority, which obviously also adds pressure to the need to get it right. We might get a warning too, as Pyongyang did notify Japan of launch windows ahead of the previous two for maritime safety reasons. So watch this space.